Am I even live? Hello, everyone. I thought I was live. So this entire time, I've just been talking to myself. That was a nice practice run. Sorry, I thought I was live already. I really did. I thought I clicked live, but I wasn't. I am so sorry. How you doing, Danielle? How you doing? I thought I was live. I was seriously just talking to myself. So I feel like a freaking idiot because I thought I hit live. If you see me hitting over to the right, that's because I'm looking at my screen. I have a screen here, and then I have a screen here. And then I have my main screen right here. So I'm looking back and forth. I know some people say they hate when they look over to the side. Well, I'm sorry. I don't have a full-blown space here to put all my screens. Even still, I'm still look here, you know. So I'm very, very sorry about that. I can't just look at you guys. Well, actually, I'm not looking at anything. I'm looking at a camera on top of my computer. So I don't have an audience. So I'm sorry. As you can see, I changed the background of my thing. I'm trying to get into the groove. It really sucks. My desk, I like my desk, but I have nice little things over here, but it's too far up. And it took me a long time to nail that stuff up there. And I was like, I am not going through that again at all. So whatever. You guys are going to have to see this. I'd rather the focus be on me and not what's behind me. Okay? I know. How you doing, Danielle? I said hi to you before it went live, believe it or not. And Razor Ramon. And Rick Irv, Tammy George, LGI Proof. I'm assuming that's the name of your channel. How you doing? My Planes, JJ Jet Plane. How you doing? We have lots to talk about. I want to hear some debates in the chat room, people. I hope you're sharing this live link. Let everyone know that I'm on. More people, the better. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do all the editing. All of this is myself. I think it was my first and second live video. I think it was on the Truth Show where I had to learn in a small window of time on how to work this software. I'll put the link below so you guys can, check it out. Sorry about my nails. I didn't feel like polishing them today. Sorry. I get tired of polishing my nails every 3.5 seconds. Honestly. How you doing, JJ? Okay. Let's get started with the video. Make sure you guys are sharing this link. I'm going to try to go live TikTok, which I hate going live on TikTok because no one horns in anyway. But anyway, I'll try to go live on there later. Maybe not. But we have lots to talk about. I want to really get into some things. I have clips to show you. Trick Daddy went off. But I do want to talk about John Legend. I think we need to start talking about Chrissy Teigen too. I know a lot of blogs and vlogs have talked about Chrissy Teigen, but have we ever had a live debate about the girl? Because I'm worried about Chrissy. And John Legend as well. Yeah, you caught a live, Angel. Love your name, by the way. How you doing? Hey, Keiko. How you doing? Okay. Let's get started here. Remember, I'm going to be looking over to the side, so please do not be alarmed with all of that, okay? Just want to say thank you, True Seekers, and again, welcome to another live feed. I know many blogs, as I stated, have talked about this already, but I still have more to say because Chrissy is a prime example of someone who acts, talks, and displays. Can y'all hear me? I should have asked that. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me? Y'all can hear me, right? Okay, just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay. Yeah. Chrissy is a prime example of someone who acts, talks, and displays how it feels to come up upon getting married to R&B John Legend, who I'm a huge fan of. The man can sing. But if we think about it, John Legend isn't an educated political figure, okay? Keywords, political figure. He holds no candle to those with degrees and have been practicing and debating in their field their entire lives. And be realistic here, people. And moving on. He's also, if you think about it, is just an opinionated social media climber as well when it comes to that particular field. He has been just under the radar. If you guys caught my daughter and I podcast, we said in our podcast, she said the prime example, he's been kind of mute, so to speak, in terms of his character. That's what she said. And I think that's a great example of how he is. But if you look at his tweets, although he do have tweets that's very dignified, he is just as gossipy and opinionated as Chrissy Teigen. His doesn't go viral. And then we're going to talk about Trick Daddy, who said that Beyonce cannot sing. And he's had a lot of stuff to say about Jay-Z, for real. Now, I don't know about the Beyonce can't sing thing. We'll discuss that a little later. But the Jay-Z thing, we'll definitely dig into that, okay? Now, but I just want to get a little bit deep into John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Do you all remember John Legend's comment/feud with Donald Trump? Do we have some Donald Trump supporters in the house? Put some thumbs up if I see some Donald Trump supporters in the house. Yes, her attitude is very, very nasty. Yeah. Anyway, John Legend, he commented with Donald Trump. Well, of course, at the time, many people were talking about Donald Trump. People have literally built their vlogs and TikTok vlogs on commenting on Donald Trump. I try to stay out of that lane because I started off in that lane and I was getting threats and stuff and they were messing up my platform. So I was like, I'm going to just stay out of the political thing because his supporters are dangerous. So I stay in my lane. I'm a black female. I can't talk about that stuff anyway. Just saying. But anyways, a lot of people were definitely talking about Donald Trump. But here's what happened. This was in March, okay? This was in March of 2016 when John Legend replied to Trump's Jr. tweet about one of Trump's canceled rallies in Chicago. Here's what Trump Jr. tweeted. But before I get into that, I should have done this. Sorry, I went into it, okay? I want you guys to first look at the trigger warning. You know I have to do that because what Trick Daddy have to say, I do not want to get freaking flagged because he is snapping in this video. And, Chrissy had a lot to say too. So I'm going to play this trigger warning so you guys can know what the heck is going on. So you can prepare yourself emotionally for what I'm about to show you. I should have done that before. This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy. Thank you. Okay. Here is that tweet, going back to the John Legend thing. Sorry, I'm messed up on that part. Anyway, this is the tweet that John Legend replied to Trump's Jr.'s tweet about Trump's canceled rally in Chicago. This is back in 2016. I'm talking about this because I want you guys to see what kind of guy John Legend is that a lot of us tend to ignore because, again, he gives off this old-fashioned, polished, conservative exterior. But this is a man who was mentored by rappers, one of them being Kanye West, and this was Kanye West back in the day who had holes in different area codes, okay? And he make that blatantly clear. And John Legend hang mostly, not trying to stigmatize that particular field, rappers. He don't really hang around a lot of R&B people. I hope you guys figure that out. And just listen to my podcast. It's on The Truth Show. Anyway, this is what he said. He said, 5 students, when asked why they were protesting, couldn't even answer. The participation media / microaggression generation is pretty sad. That's what Trump Jr. said. And then Legend fired back. As you see. Then Legend fired back at Donald Trump Jr. I think they were protesting your racist father. This isn't complicated. So he blatantly called Donald Trump a racist. A lot of people call him a racist, but I call Donald Trump a convenient racist, which means he takes the racist hat off, and it's convenient for him to take it on and off. So that's the kind of racist. I don't think he's a full-blood racist. Honestly, I don't. Anyway, but getting back into it here. And then, of course, we have Chrissy Teigen, okay, who retweeted, and the rest is pretty much history. I brought this up because Legend is just, as I can't express this enough, Legend is just as vocal as Teigen. He just doesn't have a huge following like Teigen. Oh, and he hasn't broadcast his naked body all over social media either. Aside from the fact he has nothing to see. I don't mean to be rude, but he don't have nothing to see. I'm just saying. I'm still wondering how he got all these models back in the day. No offense. Just a fact. Just saying. Anyway. But you see, Teigen is a narcissistic cyberbully who goes after the competitors or chime in on any hot trending topics. With her unfiltered and I am married to an award-winning superstar with a barely modeling career under her belt. Again, no offense, okay? Just facts. I mean, her career didn't really take off if you guys think about it until she married John Legend. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yes, Kim Kardashian. Anyway, upon settling into her married housewife life, she decided to take up cooking. Remember that? And thanks to my girl Candace for reminding me of some things, okay? Of course, stepping into a lane that was well established with individuals who practiced this for decades, okay? To claim a profession in that field, we're talking about cooking, she created cookbooks, which is okay, but to further validate and publicize herself, she uses her newfound star status to copy this chef called Chef Mike, okay? Here's the tea about that. Do you guys know who Chef Mike is? Yeah, playing the piano would definitely get you clicks. That's true. It will get you clicks. But yeah, Chef Mike. So here's the tea about that. These are her cookbooks. If you saw her cookbooks there. See? Her 2 cookbooks, Hungry for More and Craving. I looked in the Cravens one, honestly, at the store. I think it was Home Depot or something like that. They had that store in. And she had some pretty decent recipes, but they did seem like they were copied and she just added a few things into it. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this recipe is so new. They just look like carbon copies of other cooks' recipes. I'm going to be honest, honestly. It wasn't nothing, oh my gosh, got to have this book. Anyway. Okay. Later on, this picture was taken. This is Chef Mike. Okay. Even though she claims she didn't know him, but I'm assuming this was taken later after all of this beef. And I'm going to get into that right now. And this is what someone called her out on for copying off of Chef Mike. Would you say, I will respect that if John would have married a black woman, however, he didn't, so he's self-hating, so which one is more dangerous, racist or self-hating? Self-hating, honestly, or both, to be honest. They both a dangerous combination, to be honest. That means he's literally, you know what, I'm not going into John Legend right now. Seriously. Anyway, but let me get back to this. So she got into it with Chef Mike. When she get into it with Chef Mike, someone called out a recipe that she copied from Chef Mike. Here's what the Twitter feed said here. It says, this is a Twitter user going by the name Diamor69 at Buckwheat1939 tweeted, you can't cook or not copy someone's idea from their cookbook. It's copy even though you change one thing. Come up with your own shit. Y'all button bum. I can't curse, but that's what it said. So that's what this person, and then the person went on, then the more went on and say, Chef Mike saw your it and might file a suit. I just saw your review and he called me. Stick with your Filipino sick it. This person went off. Seriously. Went off. I'm not even kidding. And they went on. In response, Chrissy retweeted, no idea who Chef Mike is, but he probably wouldn't be happy to learn that you, a friend of his, worthy of calling, is outing him about his impending lawsuit. This is what Chrissy Teigen tweeted. And then the fight wasn't done. Diamor responded, and Chrissy just used her talents and not others. That's what the Diamor responded. Chrissy just used her talents and not others. That's what pretty much happened there. You guys, it went on and on from there. I mean, dude went off on her. I am not freaking kidding you. I mean, he went off. Seriously. He went off. And I'm just giving you a fraction of the stuff the dude said. Seriously. I mean, look. You see this? Seriously. He was like, you can't cook or not copy someone else's idea from their cookbook. It's copying. Even though you change one thing, come up with your own shit. You fucking bum. Chef Mike saw your shit and might file a lawsuit. I just saw your review and he called me. Stick with your Filipino shit. Just to be blatant, that's pretty much what he said. And that's when she said she had no idea and things of that nature. And then she goes on. It just goes on. I'm not even kidding. It goes on and on. And then Chrissy. And then dude said something else. He was like, Chrissy, just use your talents and not others. That's all I'm saying. I guess you pissed off a lot of people who have worked their whole lives in the field, and you stepped in and used their ideas as your own. At least credit the person or persons the idea came from. Which is true. I mean, she should have done that. You know what I mean? She should have pretty much done that, but she didn't. You know how Chrissy is. And dude wasn't done. Oh, and he called me because his New York restaurant is closed and he was reading the article about you and that sparked his rage. Yes, he cooked for your family too. I told him he should do a virtual restaurant show to show the cooking to the table and how things works. Oh yeah. And this person wasn't done yet. Please tell me who this Chef Mike, this is where Chrissy Teigen responded. She said, please tell me who this Chef Mike is so I can speak to him. I have never stolen a recipe from anyone and I actively talk about the restaurants I love. Imagine the ego to think someone is copying you when they haven't heard of you. That's what she claimed. But then we have that picture. Sure. So, the person said this. Okay. Oh, ha. He has a huge effing ego. Let me talk to him to see if I can give his info to you and you can call him. Like I said, we were talking and he just went off on that article. Yeah, I made jokes, but no harm. Oh, I can't read this. Honestly, this is so hard to read. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. And this is where pretty much, you see here, this is supposed to be Chef Mike. She later on reached out to Chef Mike right here. And it said, oh, and he called me because his New York restaurant is closed and he was reading the article that sparked rage. So later on, she reached out to him, buttered him up a little bit. I'm not even sure what happened in terms of how the whole thing stopped and transpired. You know what I mean? But I don't know what happened. But there were a few chefs who accused, believe it or not, Chrissy of copying their recipes. Yeah, just like Twitter or Diamora just said. But she was doing kind of a Beyonce, changing one little recipe and saying it was hers. Even go far as to post various videos of them so-called creating this alleged masterpiece until the original owner calls them out, just like her feud with Allison Roman. You guys remember that feud that Chrissy Teigen had with Allison Roman? Are you guys following me? You guys are following me, right? I don't know what talent she has, seriously. I don't know what talent she has, Keiko, for real. I don't even know, seriously. I don't know. She has no talents, to be honest. Anyway, well, she model, if that makes sense. Okay, but then she got into it with Allison Roman. I mean, you all know that Chrissy has never went to school for culinary. You know, she didn't go to school for this particular field or anything of that skill, to be honest. But she's married to John Legend, and she now hangs with superstars like the Kardashians, who she recently, before hanging out with the Kardashians, she used to be on Twitter and her social media feed dissing the Kardashians. You know, yeah, And she, now attends the Oscars and she hosts many shows now too. So her starlight is definitely bright now. With that said, her feud with Allison is really important. Her feud with Allison started allegedly when Allison, who is a well-known established, let me put up her picture here. Allison, who is a well-known established chef, Okay, she's well known. She's a chef of many, many years, whom Chrissy has copied for many, many years and admired to doing so. Heck, she even signed on as executive producer of one of Allison's shows, okay? Someone even say she was trying to steal her career, which leads to Allison saying this. Teigen had a successful cookbook, and then it was like, boom. Line at Target. Boom. Now she has an Instagram page that has over 1 million followers. Where is just like people running a content firm for her that horrifies me, and it's not something that I ever want to do. I don't aspire to that, but like, who's laughing now because she's making a ton of money, you know? Yeah, seriously. And then to top it off, this condo person who is famous for the life-changing magic of tidying up with Marie Kondo. She has that. This is a Netflix show, an organization empire based on the idea of throwing out all the stuff in your home that doesn't spark joy. It's pretty good, actually. Then you have Teigen, who is a former Sports Illustrated model, okay? Swimsuit cover model, co-host of Lip Sync Battle. You guys know that, of course. Okay? And beloved Twitter darling like Roman, she's written cookbooks, okay, that focus on simply tasting dishes. But Kondo, pay attention, this is her cookbook. These are Teigen cookbooks. If you guys wasn't following that, these are Teigen cookbooks. This is Marie Kondo, and that's Chrissy Teigen, okay? Marie Kondo, Chrissy Teigen. Hope you guys are following that, okay? Now, but Kondo and Teigen both have lines of cookware and kitchen products, not Allison Roman, okay? You see, Roman is not the first person to ever call out someone for selling out, nor will she be the last, but in the eyes of Kondo's and Teigen fans, as well as in the eyes of Teigen herself, Roman, this is what they say, crossed the line by specifically targeting these two well-liked, successful women in the lifestyle brand space. But since Chrissy and Kondo are very famous, you know, they have very famous critics, they suggest that Roman was being blatantly racist because they are both Asians. So others said she was being hypocritical considering she has partnered with brands herself. This is Marie Kondo here. She had partnered with brands herself in the past and has an upcoming partnership with some kitchenware company material. But then you have Teigen, who is married to John Legend, who is also a member of Vox Media board. Vox Media owns many editorial brands that's actually being frontline and kind of played in with Chrissy Teigen. So her husband is on a board of all these brands, is publicizing a lot of stuff that she's doing. And a lot of stuff this Allison Roman girl was doing as well. So Chrissy Teigen, again, is getting her star shine brighter because of her husband, if that makes sense. Now, he tweeted several things, several times. Yet again, anything that John Legend tweets get overlooked, but Chrissy's goes viral, okay? So Roman ended up getting crucified in the media. They called her a racist for saying that Chrissy Teigen's book and Marie Kondo's book, their recipes kind of similar to her recipes. They just changed a little bit here, but she wasn't suing them. She was just calling out the obvious. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. What are you guys talking about in the comment section? Are you guys even listening to me? It sounds like someone else is hosting this show here. Keiko, behave yourself, honey. You're distracting people here. Just kidding. Anyway, then fast forwarding to just last year, where she was outed for her 6 slightly pedophilia comments. You guys remember those comments she were talking about? Okay. Yeah. Fast forwarding last year, where she was slightly outed for her pedophilia comments, and Legend tried to distract it by dropping a music video. Remember that? I believe shortly after her alleged unfortunate but convenient miscarriage. How you doing, Made by Tiffany? How you doing? I know you guys remember when these comments came out, right? These comments came out, and then suddenly, conveniently, Chrissy Teigen get on social media with her in a hospital, sitting on the side of the bed, looking devastated. A hospital nurse in the background saying that she just lost her baby. It looked picturesque. It looked staged. It looked seriously convenient, like in a studio. I'm not saying it didn't happen. My condolences. But it was conveniently followed by all of these tweets. And this is just a fraction of the tweets, but she had a lot more tweets saying some pretty sick, vile things about little kids, honestly. And they needed a distraction. And that distraction of her having the miscarriage overshadowed all these pedophilia comments. Now, do know there's going to be another distraction as well if these bully remarks goes any more viral than it has. So far, it's starting to die down with the other crap that's going on right now. So she probably won't say anything. Although I just heard or read somewhere that Stodden chick who she was DMing, bullying, the 16-year-old who married that really old fella, had something to say. And she's talking about doing a little something too. So I don't think it's going to go away that quickly. Well, I'm sure she won't either. I don't know. There was rumors that she never was pregnant, and that whole miscarriage thing was just a stage prop to get people to stop talking about these pedophilia comments. That's what I heard, honestly. Now, if you guys want to call in and give your input about anything I just talked about, the lines are open. If you want to call in and speak, let me know before I move on to the next subject. Yeah. I saw her videos. I don't know if she could cook either. She went from being a model. I mean, you guys know that she seriously had sex with John Legend on the first day. During the recording of that video they did together. Yeah, and he wasn't the first person she had sex with on the first day. Chrissy Teigen is a horn dog, seriously. Oh yeah, she's definitely out there. But you gotta admit, it's kind of crazy how she goes directly to kill yourself or die or hang yourself. That's pretty dark to tell someone to hang themselves and die. I mean, I don't care if a white person call me whatever, or a racist person, or whatever ethnic background. I want to tell the person to die. That's dark. She always telling people to die. And I do believe what Candace says. She does act like a mafia wife. I mean, her being married to John Legend has really swollen up her head. I mean, she believe her it do not stink. You know what I mean? It's really, really sad. All right, since no one is going to call in, I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next subject. I hope you guys are ready for this subject. Yeah. Okay. This was on the reel. Click that off because I don't need that anymore. Trick Daddy. Do any of you know who Trick Daddy is? I know this is probably for a lot of your times. Do you know who Trick Daddy is? Well, you probably don't know who he is. Anyway. And this is freestyle. The last one I really had a script. I was reading from a script. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Trick Daddy is... Hold on for a second, y'all. I need to do something right quick. Okay, I need to look. Okay, here we go. Oh, so you know who Trick Daddy is. Okay, Razor, good. Because I know a lot of people probably don't. That's probably before their time. You know what I mean? Lupus Daddy. Is that a real person or you being funny, church lady? Okay. Anyway, let me just read this right here. Trick Daddy, as it says, Beyonce can't sing and Jay-Z isn't the best rapper alive. It says Trick Daddy is coming under fire for comments he made about Beyonce and Jay-Z during a Clubhouse that... I'm assuming this is a podcast or something like that. During a Clubhouse chat that resurfaced Monday, the Nan rapper was reportedly comparing Beyonce's voice to that of another unnamed female vocalist. Now, I have to admit, and I think I've said this, Beyonce can't sing, she can't sing, but her voice is not as artistic as some other artists are, you know, like Tamia, gosh, the list goes on. Tamia, even Alicia Keys, even the old Mariah Carey from back in the day. And anyways, a lot of other people. So there are a lot of people who can't sing Beyonce under the table. Seriously. Beyonce do have a kind of a very predictable octave kind of voice. She is not very versatile. I'm not going to lie, honestly. It just isn't. She's not the best singer. Oh my gosh, she sang like a Whitney Houston or Tamia or somebody. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to cry. And I'm feeling the soul in her voice. I have felt the soul in some of her songs, but she sounds the same in most of them. Just keeping it real. Anyway, moving along here. So Trick Daddy. That's when Trick Daddy made the startling allegation that Beyonce don't write music and barely can sing herself, adding Beyonce can't sing. Now, did you guys check out my video I did a while ago when I was talking about lip syncers? I think I did it on KISHA'S Gossip, I believe. I did it on here. And I pointed out the obvious lip syncers, people who lip sing and no one seemed to know that they lip sing. Do know, even though Beyonce, I'm a huge fan, but she lip syncs a lot in her live songs. 80% of the time, believe it or not. She lip sync a lot. She's really good at it too. Check out that video when you guys get a chance, okay? All right. Anyway, and he goes on, man, I watched my godmama train Beyonce vocal lessons all her career. He also claimed Trick then criticized B's husband, saying Jay-Z ain't never won the greatest rapper alive. Whoever put him on that level like that? I'm going to give an unpopular opinion right now. Beyonce is to R&B what Jay-Z is to New York. That's why they together. That's what he said. Oh, Jill Scott. Yes. Oh, gosh. I forgot about Jill Scott. Love some Jill Scott, honey. Oh, yes. Jill Scott. Yeah. Huge fan. Aaliyah. Yeah, Aaliyah had a very versatile voice too. Her first album, I mean, R. Kelly had her doing all kinds of octaves on her first album. You know R. Kelly is. Yeah, he's a sex addict, but the man is really good at producing and writing. You got to give the man his props, okay? And singing. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, and he says Trick went on to say that Jay filed the. Sorry about that. Trick went on to say that Jay filled the void of Notorious B.I.G. and fellow MC from New York who was tragically killed in a drive-by shooting in March of 1997, as we know. I'm going to briefly touch on this right quick because there's something I've been wanting to say in pertaining to that particular comment he just pointed out just now. And what I want to say is that it's funny how we're not publicizing Tupac as much as we're publicizing Biggie, which is a shame because Tupac, although he did although he did rap some pretty, club making songs and sexual songs, but not that explicit, but he definitely rapped about a nice, good, profound, message giving songs too. And Biggie, even though he was a good rapper, but he mainly rapped about money, sex, and girls. But they seem to publicize and put him on the forefront more than, Tupac. And that always puzzled me. It makes you further confirm the stigma that they want black rappers to be. You can't be a rapper who raps about decent things and messages and good feeling songs. You're like a Will Smith. They want you to rap about money, bees, and girls and sex and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's right. I don't like the fact that they overshadow Tupac with Biggie. And I'm not saying Biggie's not a good rapper, but I'm just saying they rapped about two different things. I just think it's wrong how they put someone else into that limelight of he was the greatest rapper alive when Tupac was very good and he was very intelligent, very, very intelligent. His raps were very profound and held a lot of messages too. The man was smart. And I hate that they, always shadow cast him. It makes me so upset. Anyway, he went off in this little clip. I'm going to play this clip for you guys. And brace yourself because he snapped in this clip. I mean, he snapped in this clip. For real.
All right, no problem. Beyonce fucking with her because she see money. Beyonce ain't trying to give back the music and none of that. Beyonce don't write music and Betty can sing her motherfuckers. So Beyonce can't sing.
I don't like Beyonce.
Okay.
She definitely can't
I don't know
sing.
why they be thinking she can sing. They just
Man,
Man,
I watched my godmama
Beyonce,
we
train
just
Beyonce,
sing.
give
She
her
just
vocal
holler.
lessons all her
All
career,
Beyonce
man.
does
Beyonce
is
can't go.
all she do is holler.
listen,
I
Beyonce,
take
she can
Kelly
sing,
over
but
her.
she not raw like that. How the
I
way
take
like
Kelly
Beyonce
over
sing.
her.
I'm gonna say my unpopular opinion right now. Beyonce is to R&B what Jay-Z is to New York. That's why they together. Jay-Z ain't never won the greatest rapper alive. Whoever put him on a level of that. New York lost Biggie. They needed a hero. They wanted to be the mega of hip hop, and they just handed it over to Jay-Z. You go back and you do the history of record sales and all that.
Jay-Z is nice though.
That was the case.
Man, DMX was doing 10, 15 million an album, man.
Most definitely, because it definitely wasn't no damn Jay-Z.
But don't
Y'all
sleep
gotta
on Jay
remember
like
Jay-Z
they
changed his name 3-4 times.
So did.
Yeah.
The first time y'all ever heard of Jay-Z, he got on a record with some nigga from down south called Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
No, I heard him on the heart remix.
Yeah.
And y'all, they'll tell y'all right now, oh, that's Jay-Z song. And you'll go Google and they'll say, yeah, it's Jay-Z song. Right?
The Styles put him on.
But they ain't gonna tell you Jay-Z bought the motherfucking song after the bitch got big.
That's UGK song, man.
Yep, so
that ain't nothing about that record. It's no East Coast New York record. Nothing about that.
Nothing.
And then at that time, what East Coast nigga came and got a nigga from the South to do a record with him, man?
Right.
But we gotta fuck right for that at least. That's for a little bit. That's kind of hard. That's hard though.
Now you can't tell what nigga from. All them niggas sound like us in the South now.
Yep.
You can't. I swear to God, niggas ain't got. Only niggas still got their little accent is Detroit and a few Cali niggas.
And the Baltimore niggas.
And you can tell the Baltimore niggas. You can tell the Baltimore niggas morely on conversation. New York niggas be saying fuck nigga and pussy nigga like those is Miami words. First of all.
Yeah.
Pussy asshole. Ain't nobody ever said pussy asshole in New York.
Nah, they don't even talk like that though.
That part.
They talk about their mother.
They mother.
Sons and gods and stuff. They religious. They be saying son and God. They religious. That's religious, ain't it? They ain't, but now they sound just like us on the record. There's a lot of shit that they do that I just hate. Like for him, like when it comes to Nipsey Hussle. Everybody in Cali always felt like that about Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle sold records on. We just didn't know him like that.
He was like
because it got to the because he wasn't rapping about how much jewelry, how much money I got. I want to fuck your girlfriend.
Man, this will motivate niggas to get that money.
Right, yeah. And that, you understand? So they never we gonna put them in the forefront. But the good thing about the West Coast, it's enough of them motherfuckers packed over there in that West Coast. They can support each other and sell more records than they'll sell. They came out and try to just be big all over the country.
Right.
Yeah.
They got niggas like the nigga Tech Nine and all them, man. Them niggas rich as fuck over there in the West Coast. We don't know damn song Tech Nine.
E42.
Tech Nine now, boy. They don't know about Tech Nine. Man, Tech Nine been going platinum for 20 years, nigga. That nigga do shows. That nigga done been on concerts with me. When I'm out there, I done did concerts with 70, 80,000.
Not from the West Coast though, true. You from Kansas.
But they talk to him on the West Coast.
Yeah, he blood. They fuck with him.
They play him over there though.
They been playing him on the West Coast since he came out.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
That's the thing about the West Coast. They always been. That's what Master P had to go.
Master P went to Richmond. Master P went to Richmond, Virginia. That's the base. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
They just like the game out there.
That's what they see. Let me tell you something. See, LA and all that. That's Southern California. That's what they call. But them niggas, when you hit out west and up. When you go in the Bay Area, Oakland, Long Beach, Oakland, all that. That's the side that you never see portrayed in movies and all that. That should let you tell. That should tell you something.
That's the side that made Tupac. Just like that.
Like that should take you see little play little movies about Miami, but you ain't gonna never see nothing major about Miami because there's still people around that's tied to the foolishness that goes on. There's still people in businesses and companies and kids who wealthy because their parents sold all that cocaine that they was selling down here.
Mm-hmm.
These the buildings that used to be 2 stories is 75 stories now, and the cheapest one 800,000 for a 1-in-1. We gotta think about it from Midtown all the way to.
Okay. He pretty much goes on from there. He spits some facts. What do you guys think? You think that Jay-Z should hold the title of the greatest rapper alive? I don't think so. He's a good rapper, but he's not the greatest rapper alive. I mean, he kind of stole his flow and everything else from, the old school rappers from back in the day. And Trick Daddy is correct. Jay-Z did change his name quite a few times back in the day. I mean, he was going back and forth just like Sean Combs, to be perfectly honest. He was. And we're not going to get into all the dirt he did to get where he's at. I mean, I'm a Jay-Z fan, don't get me wrong. But, he did a lot of dirt to get where he at. So that halo over his head is the convenient halo when he needs that halo over his head, okay? Just saying. So, just saying. I mean, he was laying some facts down in that video. You cannot be mad at him. He was laying some facts. And I told you guys what I feel about Beyonce. I know her beehives, possessed people are going to come at me. I don't really care. They can do what they want. So, with that said, I'm going to end it here because the video is getting pretty long and I have things I need to do. If you have any comments, put it below. I try to answer them. Don't forget to show your love. Speak to you guys later. Bye.